My name is Danny. I'm currently an MGB student taking code term as marketing manager in Code Vietnam. My work term lasted for 8 months, from September 2020 to April 2021. Today, in this video, I would like to reflect on what I have done and learned so far in the organization. Code Vietnam is a young company providing innovative English courses for Vietnamese students. It was just established in August 2020, amid the outbreak of COVID-19. Even though the company is quite small, it remains professional in its both courses and international operations. Code Vietnam has been investing the greatest proportion of its capital into program development and facilities for its students. Coming to Code Vietnam, I set for myself 3 learning goals. First, I would like to practice my communication skill so that I can communicate in an effective way with my peers, my supervisors, customers, and other stakeholders, which means communicating in a straightforward way without making people lose their faces or feel offensive. Second, I believe that there will be always ways to solve difficulties if we really try to see things differently. Therefore, I would like to practice my flexibility in my thinking process to manage such difficulties, although it is not an easy task for me. Third, I want to implement what I have learned in UVic so far about sustainability and social responsibility into the company's marketing and operation strategies. My expectation is to see if they will be considered as one of the core values of the organization, and how both board of directors and Vietnamese customers will react to such values. Code is a startup company, therefore I have many more responsibilities that even go far beyond what a normal marketing manager usually does. However, in general, I have 3 main responsibilities. As a marketing manager, my main responsibility is to manage Code's marketing team to create creative campaigns within limited budget. I pursued freemium business model, proposing the company to hold free workshops or free clubs that providing students with knowledge and tips of learning English, or simply an environment for them to speak English. Given the limited budget, my strategy is to encourage students who are interested in studying English to come visit Code and to promote the innovative teaching methods of Code. It was killing 2 birds with 1 stone, when we can save more money on marketing campaigns and also bring some values to the society. Second, I participate in the quality control process of marketing items production, such as videos filming and photos editing, in which I have to ensure that all items will transmit the exact messages that the company wants to convey about the right way to learn a new language. It is quite challenging to convince customers a different thing from what they usually know or hear. Third, because Code is a startup company, I also played a role as an operation manager who is responsible for proposing operation processes to reduce the cost as much as possible. One of my most successful achievements in the area was digitalizing test and registration process with FlexiQuiz and Typeform. I proposed the plan because I want to cut down the number of paper used and also to familiarize students with taking online tests, in case the other waves of COVID-19 may hit Vietnam and we cannot organize offline classes as normal. Besides, I introduced and brought into use several web applications to manage tasks and projects, such as Smartsheet and Canva, which boosted the productivity of my team up to 50%. I would like to introduce my supervisor and also my peer, Ms. Hai Fan. Ms. Hai Fan is the CEO and academic manager of Code. She's the one I directly report to. I mostly work with her on designing the promotion packages, defining unique points of the courses, and composing the contents for our free workshops.
It's been a great pleasure for us to have Danny as our intern for the past 8 months. He's proved himself a very adaptive and flexible person, which is a valuable asset for our company, especially during the third wave of pandemic in Vietnam. He got us through all the hardship, that a business is very likely to face. He proposed 2 marketing campaign scenarios for us during that very hard time, and it worked out very well. We're doing I have to say, pretty well for a business during the pandemic. What I also very impressed about him is his proposal for reducing the use of paper, because he shows that he really cares about the society. Basically, we moved everything from paper, for example, like forms for students to fill in their information, or even exams, tests. Everything has been moved to an online platform. Although students in Vietnam typically don't like to, use technology a lot because they're still used to the traditional way of studying. We have successfully persuaded them to use our platform, and it's been proven to be like a big success for us. And I'm very proud to have him as the marketing manager of our company, and I wish to have him as the official manager for our company in a very long time ahead.
Actually, my original plan was going back to Victoria for co-work term. However, the pandemic changed my plan. To look at a positive side, doing internship right in my home country in such situations was a new experience. I had to deal with what is so-called reverse culture shock. It was quite interesting to see how Vietnamese people reacted to the company's procedures, which were inspired much from what I had learned from UVic. Some found them cool, while others found them confusing. For example, in Vietnam, it is quite common that you use photos of the others without asking for permission. But I proposed code to ask for consent from students to use their photos as sources of marketing. Some students found it weird since they had never done that before. In general, doing internship in code is like a trial stage in which I have chances to test the applicability of my knowledge from UVic into the environment where I'm going to work in the near future. To maximize your experience, if you choose Vietnam as a destination for your co-work term, I would say, firstly, you should be prepared for the culture shocks. People in different regions of the country do not share the same culture. It is even hard for me sometimes to get along with people from different regions. You should do research in advance on who you are working with and which part of Vietnam they are from. Secondly, writing down your learning objectives before the start of the term indeed does work well. You should not forget what you came to Vietnam for.